This episode is sponsored by Storyblocks. With Storyblocks, you have unlimited access to studio quality 4K stock video. You can check out more in the link below. Hey guys, and welcome to This Is Now. Last week, Activision released their mobile version of Call of Duty, and it has absolutely smashed expectations by racking up 100 million downloads in its first week alone. This means that CoD Mobile had the biggest mobile game launch ever, beating out Mario Kart Tour, which has set the record last week with 90 million downloads. Battle Royale games have taken over the gaming industry in the past couple of years, and that is mostly thanks to PUBG. Now it feels like every game has some sort of Battle Royale mode, and it's not hard to figure out why. These games bring in millions and millions of dollars a day.
Civilization has a Battle Royale mode. To be fair, it's pretty cool though.
Civ? Originally, PUBG was built as a mod and was inspired directly by a Japanese film titled Battle Royale, where people were transported to a secluded island and forced to battle to the death, which, yeah, sounds familiar. Fortnite had actually been in development for years before PUBG, but it was a very different game compared to what it is today.
To be fair, you could say that about every season of Fortnite, but yeah.
Yeah, it always seems like a very different game whenever I see over Austin's shoulder playing it. Instead, it was a survival PvE game, drawing comparisons of Minecraft meeting Left 4 Dead, where players gather resources to build weapons and traps against monsters. After seeing the success of PUBG, Epic Games shifted their focus and turned around a Battle Royale mode in just 2 months, which is just kind of insane.
I mean, it's such a quick turnaround time.
It is, like, especially for playing catch up and considering where Fortnite is now compared to PUBG, it was a good move on them. It was 100% a great move on them. But actually, the real winner here is Tencent Games, and that's because Tencent owns all three, or at least part of all three. Tencent, which is based out of China, is actually the largest gaming company in the world. So large, in fact, that they own stakes in Activision, as well as PUBG's parent company Blue Hole, and a whopping 40% of Epic Games. Oh, and they also own these not-so-known titles like League of Legends, Clash of Clans, and Clash Royale, just to name a few. So, regardless of which game you're playing, Tencent is making money. And a lot of it. Prior to all of this, for the last decade, Call of Duty was the king of online FPS. Last year, they released their Battle Royale mode, Blackout, to Black Ops 4. And while it had a pretty positive launch, it has come nowhere near close to putting a dent in PUBG and Fortnite's share of the genre. But with the launch of Call of Duty Mobile, it looks as if that's all about to change. So how does Call of Duty hold up to PUBG and Fortnite? Let's find out. So the first game I'm gonna play is Fortnite, because of course, but this is a game that I actually don't really play that much at all, let alone on the mobile version, so I'm kind of curious to see how it plays. Combat controls, aim anywhere, tap to fire. I mean, obviously this is a mobile game, so all of the controls are going to be on the screen, but I think with Fortnite, you actually do have the ability to use a controller and also play with people on other platforms. I will say the main reason why I don't like these shooters on phones is mainly because it's very easy to lose my stick placement, as much as that sounds like an excuse for dying. Snipers are my favorite thing in shooters. I'm surprisingly good at them. Maybe not in Fortnite, but I'm really good at them. Is that person? Oh God, I'm surprisingly good at them. Suffice to say, I don't think I'm getting a kill today. So Fortnite, I'm not good at it, and I probably didn't put the game through its paces, especially to see if it's really a worthy experience on mobile. But as far as like the pure technicals of it, like how it looked frame rate wise and all that, it definitely performed well. Controls, just like with any mobile shooter, it's gonna be something to get used to if you haven't really played many mobile shooters, but I think, as far as I can tell, it's fine. Now, PUBG I've actually played on PC before. I haven't played a crazy amount, but I've definitely played it more than Fortnite. So I should preface, I actually did play PUBG Mobile for the first time last night. And in my first game, I got a chicken dinner. But then people on Twitter shot me back down to earth and told me that the first couple of games are with bots. So where Fortnite is a direct port onto mobile and the console and PC versions are pretty much the same, and you can actually cross-play with them on that game, PUBG Mobile is not a direct port. It's actually just a pretty much completely new game under the hood, which is really impressive.
Better or worse than Fortnite?
I think it's better than Fortnite because, again, I think the gameplay is just a little more direct. It's literally just people and that's it. There's like no building or anything, so no inhibitors to get in the way of you getting the kill. It's pretty much just you and being able to like strafe, hide in buildings, get your aim on point. Like, it's really up to you really to get all this stuff. There's no like, I don't want to call it cheating, but building is definitely another aspect that complicates things in the gameplay. Violence is not the answer. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Okay, maybe violence is the answer. Okay, I knocked him out, we good. I will say controls versus Fortnite, it's very easy, again, for my thumb to drift. It's not as bad, I think, with Fortnite, and I think it was just the particular control mode that I selected in the settings that kind of helps. It's not bad. I think playing with bots again is the great call here for the first couple of games. You definitely need to get over that learning curve for sure. So we know Fortnite's popular on mobile and other devices as well. We know PUBG is also still fairly popular, but why is Call of Duty the new thing? Why is this with 100 million downloads? Right? 100 million.
Well, I mean, probably over 100 million at this point.
At this point, yeah, that statistic's probably what, like a week old?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's actually important to note that Call of Duty has its own Battle Royale mode. But if I'm real, I don't care about that because I care about nostalgia. And back in the day, all I did was play Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, and Domination, which just so happens to be in this game. Now, having all of these different game modes is what sets it apart from PUBG and Fortnite. It kind of makes the gaming experience a little smaller scale. You don't have huge maps to go by, at least in these modes. In fact, these maps are straight from the console version. They look fairly similar. Like, this was from CoD 4. Now, what this means is that you can play games, that are only a few minutes long. You don't have to sit there for matches that are, 30 minutes at a time, which I think for a mobile experience actually does play a little better. Now, full disclosure, I have been playing Call of Duty for the past week, so I've had enough time to, fine-tune the controls and all that, so I might be a little biased in saying that this is my favorite game of the three, but you know what? I like having these smaller matches. I think it really makes the biggest difference in playing these online shooters. I don't have to sit here on my phone and commit myself to 30 minutes at a time. This is just proper bite-sized matches. I mean, CoD 4 cost like $60 back in the day. This is a free-to-play game. I mean, of course you can spend money and do all that. I haven't spent a single cent on the game, and it feels like a true online FPS. Now, being on this boat, it is great to note that this game has a bunch of maps on it. It's not just one map that you're playing multiple game modes in. They have quite a handful of maps on here, which is great, and they are the legacy maps of Call of Duty. I think it's very clear that Call of Duty is the best one out of the three. Maybe I'm biased, you could totally say that, but I think for a mobile experience, Call of Duty is the best one. The shorter game types are great. The fact that you have multiple game types is great. Having different maps for variety is awesome. I think I enjoy it a lot more, and I think that pretty much speaks to why it is the most popular of the three. You know who's also a winner? Our sponsor of today's video, Storyblocks. With Storyblocks, you can download anything from audio, video, and even After Effects templates. There are no monthly limits, and everything is royalty-free for personal and commercial use, including for YouTube. The best part is that they're constantly adding new content, so there's always something to fit your project. You can check out more information in the link below at storyblocks.com/AustinEvans, and a huge shout out to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of This Is. Be sure to give it a like and ring that notification bell, and watch some of the other episodes we have right here.
I usually put them at the corners.
Right here.
Yeah.
And let us know in the comments which game you think is best.